So guys, here we are today with another testimonial, this time coming to you from South Australia in Adelaide with our clients Chanel Panagiotis and Nick Stevens. Thanks for doing this, guys.
Okay.
Cool. So once again, we have to do the second time because the first time didn't take, but it's just great to get your story out to people because I think you both had some quite remarkable changes. And so for people listening, can you just tell them a little bit about what your issues were before you come to our program and how long you'd had them?
Yeah, do you want me to do that?
Start with you.
Yeah. I've basically had health issues my whole life. So I had asthma when I was a child, in around 2 years old. Then when I hit high school, they diagnosed me with pre-syncope, so I was like pre-fainting. I had glandular fever, chronic fatigue, and then I started getting hives all over my body, which then led to a whole heap of gut issues. Was going to and from the doctor. They put me on different types of tablets and whatnot to try and help me. Then it finished with them asking me to take a laxative every day. I tried it for one day and that was probably the worst day of my life. So Nick had been pushing me for ages, message Ryan, because we've been following you and we were really interested, but I hadn't reached out. Finally got around to messaging you, had a chat with you, and then jumped on board and haven't looked back. It was pretty fucking incredible.
Awesome.
Got Nick throwing me too.
Yeah, and I guess from my end, I sort of had had a burst appendix when I was younger. I had a hip disorder when I was 3 years old. So I sort of had been through the health system when I was a kid, and plenty of broken arms and bits and pieces. But I'd been struggling with, I was fairly overweight. Was getting a lot of hair loss. It just wasn't digesting food well. So it sort of always felt heavy. So when Chanel jumped on, I thought, all right, well, I might as well see what can happen on my end too.
Plus we could do it together. So that was like the best part.
Yeah.
So much easier doing it together rather than doing it individually, one person going on a journey. So it was nice doing it together.
Yeah, 100%, and it's like teamwork, right? So that works well. And so, so before you come to us, really, you'd only tried the medical system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We had done kinesiology previously, which was fantastic, but we kind of jumped off board because it was actually after a comment from a friend of ours' mum who said, "You don't believe in that shit, do you?" And then we're like, "Oh fuck, maybe we shouldn't believe in it. It's just kinesiology. Like, what? He's just touching bits. That doesn't do shit." Full circle, 360.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm a big fan of kinesiology when used in conjunction with other things, but that's cool. And you come across, you got in touch, but you come across my work from, I think it was Flip Trick. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So love his music, follow him. And then he posted something about you, and then we're like, "Oh shit! Like this guy's kind of cool." So we started following you.
Cool. And how long was it? How long did it take you to reach out after you started following?
I think it was probably a couple of weeks because it was while we were home during lockdown. Right. So we were kind of in front of our phones all the time, and it took a couple of weeks of looking at some of the stuff you were posting, and kind of went, "Yeah, all right, this is the guy we need to go with."
Yeah.
Cool. And so we started to work together. And if I said to you, what were the results? Well, first of all, what was different about our program? What results did you get? And were there any unexpected results as well?
Yeah.
I think from the top, something that we spoke about from the very start was how it, obviously we were going there to, essentially to heal Chanel's gut. But it was not only the food, but also the mental side of things. And that I think shocked me a bit because, we'd always meditated and just done stuff sort of here and there, but had never really committed to anything. And I think obviously the food side of it and the nutrition was a huge part of it. But I think also like the mental sort of healing we went through, I think that was a bit of a shock to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, from doing reading, I understand it's because of gut health too. It's that, mind-body connection.
Gut connection,
Yeah, and I guess on your end,
you don't get anything like this through anyone in the medical industry. It's completely different, but it's the best thing we have ever done, hands down, ever. We rave about you all the time. We still call you our health coach. We're like, our health coach, Ryan, blah, blah, blah. But you're also our friend, so it's really nice. But I think the one thing that really stood out to us, apart from everyone, like you lost 20 kilos, I lost 15 kilos. That was wild. But the one thing that everyone said to us was how good our skin looked. And that was a shocker. And your hair was growing back. Growing back.
Yeah. So I was receding really badly and thinning. It literally stopped, and my hairline started coming back, and my hair's thicker than it's been for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
So
there you go. And your gut issues? Chanel?
Gone, completely gone. Unless I eat something bad, but I know exactly what it is, and that's very rare. So if I ever have something that I'm not meant to, like, we treat ourselves sometimes.
So you're aware, so you understand. So not only has it been like a healing, but it's also got you to learn about your body and what it wants and needs.
100%. You know exactly if we don't have enough water during the day, then we'll know that it's that, like if I ever feel funny, it's because, oh shit, I haven't had enough water today, or I haven't had the right teas today. Then you know exactly what it is. Yeah,
and I think a big thing too that shocked me, because I'd always taken heaps of supplements and protein powders and all that sort of stuff, and we thought we were being healthy, but it's been a big shock to me that I've been able to maintain my strength and all that stuff through this program. I've lost 20 kilos, and I'm eating nowhere near what I used to.
Yeah.
So like I would, if you look back 6-9 months ago, I would have laughed at the portion sizes I eat now, but feeling as good as anything.
I think the only main portion size that we've really changed is probably our breakfast, but we haven't. I wouldn't say that we reduced too much. I still think that
we used to eat huge meals. Oh, yeah.
All right, maybe we did.
Yeah.
But it's because one of the things is that the more nutrient dense your food, the less you need, and what your body is absorbing it now. It's digesting, metabolizing, assimilating, eliminating properly, which is a big difference. And one of the things I remember you saying to me, Nick, was one of the things I just want to touch on people is about your work, how you were going in, and it was very stressful, and a few of the things that we put in place to alleviate that anxiety. And I'll just say, like, how did the results really, both of you, how did they change your life, or what did they have an impact on, or anything life changing really?
Yeah. So the mental side of it was huge, and then that was the biggest shock to me through the whole thing. I really noticed just having sort of a set routine of having some stuff we were doing in the mornings, like doing breathing and not looking at our phones, bits and pieces like that. Because something I noticed is, I jump on my phone first thing in the morning because I didn't really want to go to work. And, then I was just flooding my brain with dopamine. And then my work day wasn't good because I wasn't getting the same fix that I was getting in the mornings. And so then, at times things got really stressful. And I remember messaging you a few times, and you gave me some breathing techniques and, a couple of songs to listen to, and even just going out. Like, I think a big change for me was going out for a walk in the sun at lunchtimes, and no matter how bad things were, I knew in the middle of the day I'm going to get out and be completely fine. And I think another sort of side thing that I was saying to Chanel recently too is we've just been so much more confident, and I think we're that's been a huge thing of not only with our opinions but just with how we carry ourselves. And a lot of people have said that to us who we haven't seen in a long time, and we'll see them and they're like, geez, like, what happened to you guys?
You're a different person.
Yeah.
That's what we've, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
To touch on that, work was shit. House life was like, our house was shit. So we've both gone ahead and we've both gotten new jobs. Thanks to the confidence, we sold our house and we've bought a new home, and our dream home where we can grow our own fresh fruit and veg. We've got fresh air up here. We're in the Adelaide Hills on land. I think that's probably the best part of it all.
That's awesome. I mean, just like that speaks volumes. And just to mention about your physiology, how your psychology and physiology change by what you've been doing health wise. You know, it's no, we always talk about this with people, it's no surprise that people that are depressed and down and having poor foods, they walk and talk in a certain way. But people that are healthy, happy, you know, they're positive, they're upright, shoulders back, and you can see that in you both. And if I mean, you have pictures from before and after, but you said before, like completely different people, and it's great to see the smiles on your face. And so if you were just to say to anyone that was on the fence maybe about joining our programs, or that are going through any sort of health issue and they haven't been able to overcome it the traditional way, what would you say to them?
I can do it.
Yeah,
straight away.
Jump off onto Ryan's side of the fence instantly. Yeah. Look, nothing that, and you know, I've looked into health. I've researched health, and it's been a big thing to me for probably the last 10 years, and I knew absolutely nothing and was completely blown away by what there can be and what true health is. So, you know, literally it will change your life. And yeah, that's sort of the real simplest bit of it.
Awesome. Thanks again for coming on doing this, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. It's great to have you as clients, but also to call you friends. And yeah, thanks once again.
Okay.
Not a worry. Thank you.